want us to do is we just need to finish the exponential function stuff. One thing that we haven't learned is asymptotes. So that's going to be one thing that we will talk about right now. So let me switch over to my visualizer. Okay, so I have these notes that I'm putting on just the next pages in our journal. Hopefully you were able to pick up your journal from the school. If not, hopefully we can get you that if you email us. Email me or Mr. Usasi, maybe you can get that. Otherwise, just write it on paper. Okay, so exponential functions. An asymptote, let me make this bigger. An asymptote is a line that continually approaches a given curve but does not ever touch it. So it's going to approach, but never actually touch it. I talked about this a little bit. I can get closer and closer to the wall by taking steps or getting halfway there, doing half steps. But I can never actually be at zero distance from the wall, but I'm approaching zero. So that's what exponential functions, what you'll see exponential functions have. So let's look at this function, 2 times 5 to the x power. We have a table, we have a graph. We are going to fill this in. So f of x equals 2 times 5x. So we know that 2 is going to be our y-intercept. And our rate of how fast it's going to go by is times 5. So we'll fill out this table before we make the graph. So at 0, that's like saying 2 times 5 to the 0. We can use our calculator for this too. One thing that a teacher told me about was an app, if you don't have yours, an app that's called Calculate 84. You can get that. Or you can go to the TI website and get the Student Smart View. Okay, so those are 2 ways to get the calculator if you don't have it with you. So this is an app, and this is actually a mobile. No, it's not mobile. It's a software that you have to download. Okay, so then 5 to the 0 power is 1, so this equals 2. So that, of course, is our y-intercept. Okay, what about 1? That'd be 2 times 5 to the first power. So 2 times 5 is 10. Olivia, do you have another pen that I can use? This one's going out. Then the next one is 2, so it'd be 2 times 5 squared. Okay. No, I'm using mine, but it didn't work. So that'd be 5 squared is 25, so 2 times 25 is 50. And then 3 would be 2 times 5 to the third. 5 to the third is 125 times 2, 250. Okay, so just to check my work, because it's going to do that, I'm going to put this in 2 times 5 raised to the x. And then I'm going to go table. Set and just start at 0. Okay, 2, 10, 5, 250. All right. So we will graph that. I want to go up to 250. Or, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I do that, I can go by 25s. So 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, 225, and 250. You can pause it at any time. You can do that, of course. My nose itched. And we're told not to touch our face. Okay. So this would be 0, 2. So this is going to be down here somewhere. 1, 10, around here. 250, right here. And 3, 250. All right. So this is going to go, I could not do that. There we go. That's a little better. Ignore that part. I don't know where my whiteout is. You know, if I had my whiteout, I would be. Oh, Olivia broke it. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. You have it. You see it? No, you don't have it. It's okay. I'm recording. You'll get quiet. Working from home with children. Okay, so we have this. So we know it exponentially increases. It's going to continue to increase. But what we're looking for is an asymptote. So we know it's going to be down here somewhere because see how it starts right here? It's going to have to continually grow or decay if you're going left. So I'm going to zoom 6 so I can look at my graph just like that. So what we've talked about before is seeing that this line looks like it's a horizontal line, but it's not because what about the numbers on the other side of 0? So let's talk about what -1 matches with. So I'm going to do x. If x is -1, that's like saying 2 times 5 to the -1. Remember what -1 was? It was, so this is going to be 2 times, it was 1 over 5 to the first power. So that's going to be 2 over 5. Then -2 is 2 times 5 to the -2, which is 2 times 1 over 5 squared, which is going to be 2 over 25. See how they're getting smaller and smaller? So if we look at our table here, if I go the opposite way, 0.4, that is the 2 over 5. And then 0.08, if I do 2 over 25, that's what that is. And if I keep on going to the negative numbers, keep on going. And this is in scientific notation. So that means that the decimal is moved to the left 10 times. So that's a really, really small number. So what this means is this is going to approach, but never actually cross and never actually touch the 0. So let me see if I have so this right here on the x-axis, that is going to be our asymptote. So this is a horizontal line. It's a horizontal line. It has a slope of 0. So it's going to be y equals, and where does it go through the y-axis? At 0. So our horizontal line is an asymptote, and it goes through 0. So it's y equals 0. If I said x equals a number, that's going up and down. But it's not a vertical line. It's a horizontal line. Y equals 0. Remember 0 fun, dude? So that's our y equation, I guess you could say. Okay, so that is what an asymptote is. So whenever you see that question, you'll know. All right, so let's look at this question right here. Find the volume of 2 identical cubes. Use y for the volume and x for the side length. All right, so we want to find volume. So remember, volume is length times width times height. So if it's a cube, what do we know about the length, width, and height of one cube? They're all the same. So this is x, this is x, this is x. So volume is x times x times x. But how can we write that easier? We can write it with exponents. So volume equals x to the third power. So that's what 1 cube is. But this drawing has 2 cubes. So what would I need to do? Just multiply times 2. 2 times whatever the volume is, x cubed. And didn't I say the volume is y? So this is actually going to be y equals 2x cubed. That is the volume of 2 cubes with the side length of x. Remember, x can be anything. Okay, so I think that is all I wanted to teach y'all today. Let me check and see what else I was looking at for today. The notes were here. You're going to read the article, post a comment, or use a Flipgrid. Then make sure to fill out these two forms, iExcel and Khan Academy, because we'll be using those. All right, that is it. I will talk to y'all later.